Hello out there. Once again, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Shop Culture. You know what it is, every Tuesday at 8:30, live in studio. Joined once again by the tag team, the producer extraordinaire, Nick Jones.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nick, I got it. Man, you need some light, bro.
Yeah. This is as good as it's gonna get for me. I mean, I really don't even need to see me. I'm probably just gonna take myself out of the rotation and just have you and Nadia head up. I'll still contribute, but yeah, the lighting is trash. The lighting is trash. So
Nick is yeah.
Clearly, I'm here at home.
Nick borrowed my glasses. He borrowed my glasses, so we had the glasses reflected in the background. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, they seen me with these on first, and then they seen you just post up with them. So, yeah.
And then we got Shop Culture's lady of the hour,
the beautiful Nadia.
Nadia, it doesn't say Nadia. It says Nada down there.
Is it Nadia or Nada? Who spelled her name? Is that how you spell your name, bro? It's Nada.
Is that how you spell it?
Hold on. I'm sorry, I had you muted. Is that how you spell your name?
No, it's Nadia. Maybe I spelled it right.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
I think I did that.
Oh, okay. Nadia. So okay. Well, not Nadia, guys. It's Nadia.
Nadia.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
And not naughty. Nadia.
Not naughty.
Yeah, get that out the way right now.
Right. Hey guys, once again, thank you, Nadia, for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
You always add to the conversation. We're gonna have a good one. We're gonna have some good conversation and dialogue this evening.
I'm excited.
Guys, once again, thank you for tapping in and tuning in. This is Shop Culture. Man, how's everybody's weekend?
It was good. Just really relaxing. Didn't do too much of nothing.
Yeah, we did a girl had a carving of the pumpkin session or whatever. So a get together at her house where we just all sat, drank, and carved pumpkins and watched started to watch some horror movies. But,
oh yeah,
that was pretty much it. It was relaxing. It was pretty cool.
Was it cool?
Huh?
I said it was cool.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Hallmark Christmas movie season.
Say that again, Nadia?
That I'm waiting for the Hallmark Christmas movie season.
Oh, same here. That's what I wait on all year long. That's my favorite time of the year is holiday season. So
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing or are you guys being serious?
Oh, I'm so serious.
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious, yes.
Like stocking up on hot chocolate serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to throw up my Christmas stuff.
I just bought more Christmas stuff. I'm ready.
Okay, guys. So you guys celebrate. So it's Christmas or Kwanzaa? Which one?
Both,
if I remember. But I mean,
stop lying. Nobody celebrates Kwanzaa.
I just like the decorating, honestly.
Okay.
I hate Christmas shopping.
You got some. I do too. You got some folks out there that do. Some black folk that do celebrate Kwanzaa.
They do.
My girl and her family, they celebrate it.
Oh, my mother celebrates Kwanzaa.
Oh, so you got folks that celebrate Kwanzaa. What were you just saying?
No, I said you two. I said stop lying. That's what I said. No, I said you two though. That's all.
If I'm being honest, I just got back into it. My mom was big on it too.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get on to it. Let's get on some topics real quickly. What's up, William Mark? He's doing great. Oh, his San Francisco Giants are the NL West champs. Man, you already knew that.
Wow. Did you say the Giants? I didn't even read it. I just kind of threw it up there and then,
Yeah, the Giants. I mean, they were ahead. They've been ahead the whole season. So, congrats.
Wow, out of nowhere.
Yeah. And then Miss Maya Ewing says, "Hey, y'all. How you doing, Maya?" And then
Maya says Yanks are out.
Yep. I'm happy by that. about that. Good. Mariners outsoaring the Yanks. So all good in Shop Culture Lab. So real quick, Nick, hit up.
Yeah.
Let's get to some topics. Let's get it going.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me. So you want to start the first one off, right? We're going to start it off.
The 4 a.m.?
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
I thought it was really interesting.
Let me get the banner going.
She already laughing.
If you date me, I'll probably wake you up for sex at approximately 4 a.m. Sorry. Sorry.
You know, I didn't post that because you know damn well what my thought process is. What do you guys think about the 4 a.m. tap on the shoulder?
I'll let Nadia go first.
Did we not have the whole cater to you conversation? Like, women are okay with that. So.
Really?
Remember the Beyonce and all them cater to you, tap me on my shoulder at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, snap. No. I thought that was just a song.
Is that what she said in the song?
Yeah,
you did. It was a whole part.
Nice.
What?
I don't remember that. I'm gonna go look it up. I'm not saying that you. I mean, lying. Obviously, you're Beyonce, Destiny's Child fan. You would know.
Yeah.
I gotta go listen to it. I just don't remember. I don't remember her saying that.
I don't either. But Nick, what are your thoughts about the 4 a.m.?
Oh, I mean, well, my girl ain't watching, so it's whatever. I put us out there. I don't put us out there all the time, but this time I'm going to. Yes, that's something that we do engage in. She does not. And to anchor back to Nadia's point, my girl at least, she doesn't mind that at all. So
your girl says 9 a.m. is not an issue.
Yeah, it's not an issue for me. It's not an issue for us.
Wow.
I don't understand why would it be a problem to start the day off right?
Starting the day off is about 8 a.m. 4 a.m. is sleeping and still turning.
But that's like, okay, so that's like weekends or something like that. You
exactly. That can't be stop with the routine like somebody.
But like, and that's
asking for marathon.
Well,
okay. I like what I'm hearing. No marathon, and so 3 minutes.
That depends. No, hold on. That depends on the individual. So I don't know where Nadia stands on this. You know, her whole perspective being the woman and whatnot. Barry, we already know where the hell you at with it. 1 minute and a half or whatever it is. Do you even engage in such acts? Like, do you wake your chick up and be like, hey, let me go ahead, let me do some work. Or if she do that with you and you go, no, don't touch me, I'm sleeping. No, do you?
Man, I'm turning over. Let me tell you something.
I think it's on the intent though, right? Yeah. Like if it's like, hey, get up, you better move.
The thing about it is, and real quickly, this is what I will say though. Usually, the man has to put in all the work at 4 a.m.
Wait, say that again?
The man got to put in all the work at 4 a.m.
But I don't know. What? I'm happy to put in the work.
He's got to put in the work. That's just a lot of work at 4.
Do you not enjoy sex, Barry? Because that's part of sex. Putting in the work.
You just not had it with someone who does work as well? Like, because I'm lost.
You got to help us out.
Hold on. I'm not saying a woman doesn't put in work. I'm just saying at 4 a.m., that is way too damn early. That is way too early. Let's just be real.
Barry, you sound old. You sound old as hell.
You guys are not doing it at 4 o'clock. No, you're not doing no 4 a.m. You might be doing 6 or 7, but you ain't doing no 4 a.m. Bullshit.
There's all types of individuals that could be doing it at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Yeah.
Let's read the comments. Somebody said, "Miss me with that 4 a.m. shit." That
was funny, but that probably is a Generation Xer or old person or somebody who doesn't really engage in sex regularly. I mean,
so let's get what you're saying. So you don't engage in sex regularly because you don't do it at 4 a.m. What kind of sex? So you don't engage in sex regularly because you don't have sex at 4 a.m. That's what you're saying?
I'm just saying that I enjoy sex to the point where if I'm being woken up out my sleep at 4 a.m. and then if I know my chick doesn't,
Oh, boy's clown. He said, "I thought old, bro."
No, you sound like it.
Hey, you know brothers don't even be lying though. Hey, I feel you, man. Brother, I'm 4 a.m. bro. No, you ain't no damn 4 a.m. bro. Hey,
I'm just saying that me personally, I don't mind it. I don't mind putting in the work because I enjoy sex.
Of course, I know. Yeah.
Like from a woman's point of view, if you wake me up and you think it's an on-demand thing, like your attitude is real funky about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I got a headache, just like that.
Yeah. But see, my thing is this: why would he wake you up at 4 a.m. just, hey, turn over? You already know what it is. Like, just you doing that?
Not to me.
Have you ever experienced that? Okay, because that sounds like he just like borderline taking the pee. You know?
That's not to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then let me reverse that. So, as a lady, if you want it at 4 a.m., how are you approaching it? Aren't you just kind of doing the same, or are you doing something to help initiate that?
I mean, for us, it's a little bit different. You know, you can do the slide back, like, hey,
we're gonna throw it back on you. Yep.
So wait. So isn't that equivalent to what the man is doing? Like just grabbing the covers? He grabbing the covers, pulling it down. I can say the same.
It's not.
That is not.
Actually putting in work because you putting your ass on his leg. That's putting in work. I'm just asking.
Not on his leg.
That's not putting work. That's putting in the hint.
Right.
If you're not waking up, then it is what it is.
Huh. All right. Huh. Okay.
Exactly. Letitia says, when is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? No.
Right.
Exactly. What dude is gonna Barry? Maybe Barry. Maybe it's just him.
Hey, Barry ain't working at 4 a.m. The only thing I'm working at 4 a.m. is going to the gym. We put in work in the gym at 4 a.m. Come on, tell him.
4 a.m. for the gym, but not 4 a.m. to get some.
I mean, for what? We got the whole day for that.
Folks got jobs.
Okay, but you can start your day off with some.
Okay, we can start it off at 8 a.m. We don't have to start it at 4 a.m. where we're not even. We have
okay, just get the 4 a.m. out your mind. That's okay. It's called being, in the moment, spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep your
spontaneity.
Right. Barry's the type where he got a pencil in.
Hey man, thank you. She said somebody else said at 4 a.m. she's about to get the stiff arm. Come on, we keeping it real. Brothers are keeping it real. Niggas
you know what? I wish I knew who these people were because these are just random Facebook users.
Niggas like already. That's stop. 4 a.m. is too early. 8 a.m. is more appropriate. Keep it at 8 a.m. You're good.
Go back to sleep.
I don't know. It's a way to keep the
regardless, so it don't matter.
It's a way to keep the whole, the bedroom vibe spontaneous and fresh. I mean, it depends on who it is that you're dealing with too. You got people like Barry who's just absolutely like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Right? Nadia, like, but then you have like myself.
There's like stranger danger.
Right.
No, Nadia. Barry keeps
I haven't had my cup of coffee.
Barry keeps it real. I ain't lying. I don't have no notion. No. Yeah.
Barry's going crazy.
Me, I don't mind it, and my chick, she doesn't mind it. I mean, I haven't heard any up until this point. I really haven't heard any pushback, given yourself and then some folks that we got in the comments here. But
yeah, that's
kids involved. Like 8 a.m. kids are waking up. You gotta
right, Nadia, exactly.
4 a.m. makes sense.
You gotta pick a time where you can just get it in, and it's not so quick, but not super long. Like you gotta be right in the pocket,
You can't do it late, like midday or midnight or whatever, because you might get a kid. No, 4 a.m. is perfect.
And if you
say 4 a.m., a couple people say no. Yay, nay. You gotta. Hey, the main thing about it is being compatible, right? You gotta find the person who you're compatible with. There you go.
Right.
Yes.
That's the reality of it. So, William said, flip of the switch. Let's go.
Yep. Listen. When you go downtown, she gonna be willing to, she gonna wake the hell up at that point. Look at now, you're like,
She thinking about like, yeah.
But Barry don't eat box neither, so let's not talk about that. It doesn't apply to him neither. He don't have sex at 4 a.m. He don't eat box. He don't do none of that. I don't.
Scheduled it on Wednesday at 9:00 p.m.
Barry penciling in his sex schedule.
Only what you want. Hey, and I'm not lying, and I'm not. I want to be truthful with you.
You set a timer and a candle, huh?
A timer.
It depends on how I feel. If I feel like it.
Yo.
I call you guys barbershop talk. We talk about people like you. We do it 4 a.m. until you talk to their partner. Then you be like, well, was it? I'm playing. Let me stop. Anyway, guys. What's up?
Let me ask you this. If your, significant other chick, you're dealing with, if she was to wake you up at 4 a.m., trying to get some, what you gonna stiff arm her? What you gonna do? You saying no?
I'm like Nadia. If she has an attitude or something, what do you say, Nadia? I'm the same thing what Nadia said. You got to ask politely.
Now, what woman do you know?
I was about to say, Nadia, get him.
What woman do you know is being aggressive like that? If that's the case, I'm sorry. Blink twice if you're in danger.
Right?
Hold on. Wait. So you're saying women are not aggressive sexually? Let me hear this.
I mean, not like that, Barry.
No. Okay.
By and large, no. I would say no. By and large, no.
No, let me hear what you're doing. Okay, what?
If you do have an aggressive sexual woman, I guarantee you found that out early.
Exactly. And you like it. More than 9 times out of 10, you like it.
Right. She probably, whip change, kinky, whatever her kink is. So on a regular, you're getting
okay. Yeah, that deep. But that's what I'm saying. Though, sex is all about being compatible. So you got to have those type of conversations from the onset, from the start.
Who has conversations? Do you have sex at 4:00 in the morning?
You have those conversations at first, but you do have conversations about sex. Let's not sit here and say we don't never have conversations.
But in that conversation about sex, are you talking about time frames? Honestly.
Well, you talk about what you like and you don't like, bro. You're not just sitting there.
You have time frames, though.
I'm just saying time frame. I'm just saying that is something that would come up, though, eventually, right? If somebody says,
well, the way it comes up is at 4:00 in the morning.
I got several kinks I'm into, and by the way, 4 a.m. Are you good?
So you don't have those. You don't have those
4 a.m. kinks.
You just talk about what you like and you don't like, right? Is that what the conversations are?
Usually, right?
Yeah.
So it could be some people be like, "Hey, I like sex after the gym. I like sex before the gym." There's a whole different variety of conversations.
Very specific. That's very specific.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not putting myself out there, but I've never.
Okay, but you already know. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That's what it is.
I'm keeping it real too. I've never had a conversation. So what time frame?
Exactly. Who's doing that? Who's having these conversations?
The only time is
before the kids wake up. That is time. Before the kids wake up. What time do kids wake up? Right? If you talk about you have to have sex before kids wake up and all that kind of stuff, there is time frames.
That's just an understood thing.
Boy, common sense, right?
It's still a time frame.
I'm knocking.
But it's still a time frame. How's it not a time frame? If you're still talking, right?
You're hearing real old though. Like nobody's talking about that.
What you are talking about? You're saying before the kids wake up, right? Obviously, it's not going to be
have kids,
right? Before 11 a.m. It's going to be before probably 10 a.m. It's going to be probably before 9 a.m. It's probably going to be between 7 and 8, right? What time do kids wake up?
This is too busy. This is all too busy. This is too much.
You do have conversations about time frame, especially when you got kids. I just don't see how you don't. But okay, you say you don't.
But like Nadia said, that's something that's generally already like understood. If you're dealing with a chick who has kids, or dealing with a dude that has kids, or if y'all have kids, especially if y'all got kids between the both of you, you should already have some type of system etched out as to when you can get it in.
About the system. Why you guys are not going to talk about the system though? You guys acting like you don't talk about the system. You just said you talk about the system, right? And right or wrong, you talk about the system or you don't talk about it.
It's just. I don't know. In my experience, it's just kind of an implied. Now, okay, this is where it's been done. Okay. This is where it's been done the wrong way. This is done the wrong way. Okay. Is your kid gone to sleep yet? That's the wrong way. Don't
and it never happens, and that never happens though. Yeah, of course that happens, right? That is the wrong way, but it does happen like that.
It does happen. You hitting your kid with some melatonin yet?
That's all I say. Did you take your candy yet?
The melatonin.
Not my phone.
I mean, it's like you gotta repeat 3 times, and they say a time frame. That's all I said. They act like it's not a concept.
The only time is like, hey, do you like it in the morning or do you like it late at night? Like that kind of thing, but nobody's scheduling.
Exactly. Like there's no pinpoint.
I said the same thing. I said, you still going to talk about a schedule? That's a schedule. How that's not a schedule?
That's not a schedule. It's a preference.
It's still talking about time frame.
Okay, but Barry, it's not to the depths in which you're digging into.
I didn't say it.
All I see in my head.
That's all I said. For him. No, I ain't doing it for him. That's all I said. Now you
know, it's like you and your girl sitting next to each other with each other's calendar. So here's 7 a.m. Does that work? No, I have to get a couple more Z's in.
Who said that though? I never said that. I never said
30.
That's what you're implying though. You're implying.
No, we got it. When it comes to Nick, I have to be specific. Because Nick will say what I imply. Yeah, exactly.
Both say, but I won't say nothing for Nadia, but for me, yes. Yes, you gotta, because you're either directly saying it or you're implying.
No, you'll be on this implied stuff. I mean, like, if I said something, then I said it. But if I didn't say it, don't imply it for me. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Well, all I got out of this is Barry.
Moving forward. And listen, this sums this right up. Barry, you sound boring.
And that's okay. If I'm boring ass, and that's why if I'm boring ass, right over here.
That sums up this topic.
I have no problem with that.
Hey, keep your bedroom life exciting, spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? Don't do the wait. Do you engage? I'm just gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you. Do you? Are you just? Is it just mundane? Like, do you just lie there, or what? Like, what do you? Hold on. This is what I'm going to start clapping. How's a brother going to ask another brother what he does sexually? That's the wrong question. You ask another grown man, you just like, why do you matter, Nick? Well, why does it matter? Because this is the topic of discussion that we're having. You asked me the same thing. You asked me. That's a weird question to ask. You were asking me what I was doing with me.
Would you feel better if I asked you?
Hold on, Nadia. Hold on. You asked me when we started this whole segment what we're talking about right now. So I can't ask you. That's not me asking that. Well, did I ask you that question? You're tripping over your words now. You just we can run this back. Another grown man with back. Another grown man with sexually. You don't think it's at 4 in the morning. It's a generational thing. You first started with asking me. We're talking about naming you it. You're asking the panel. I'm a part of the panel. So you asked me the question first. If anything, if you want to try to steer it in that direction. It's weird. Bro, it's weird. But way to deflect. I'm catching on to you. I'm catching on to you. Hold on. He would feel better if you asked him the question. So why don't you? Okay, but that's a woman asking. That ain't no man asking me. Even though he asked me first. When we first started Barry, Nick, even though we started out with him asking me and me returning the favor, obviously there's something weird about it. So you go ahead and ask him. No, Nick, make yourself say I'm weird for asking Barry. I'm weird. Yeah, you're weird. You weirdo. Yeah, you are weird. That's another man. Oh my God. Nadia, go ahead. I guess that's a generation.
So Barry, from what I'm gathering, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a 3-minute 2-position type thing anyway?
It might be. Wait, hold on. And if it is, right, that's for me. Now, hold on. Let me just say this. This is what I don't do. I don't sit here and try to put it like I'm just the best sexually person and I'm off the hook and I'm on it. I think that's as corny as it gets, but hey, each is their own. I'm just keeping what I do, right? That's what I do. So if I do that, I do that. It doesn't mean that I want to sit there and compare myself to the next man about what I do sexually. I just think that's kind of weird, but hey, each their own.
In
I
your
wasn't doing
defense,
that, but again, it's a deflection tactic.
in your
You call it
defense,
deflection. I just call it weird. That's all I'm saying.
in your defense, the connection may be better than the experience. So,
It could.
right.
But this is what I will say. And I'm just gonna be real. Sex, every sexual experience is different for different people. So to sit there and keep saying how you are with this particular person or how you are overall, that's what it gets kind of weird and corny to me. I'm like, you're not always going to be the same sexual prowess type of persona that everybody, you know what I'm saying? And people do that all the time. You brag about yourself. I do it like, no, you don't. You don't. But okay, if you want to say it, tell yourself you do. Cool. I mean,
Gary, if this is all weird to you and whatnot, then why are we even having this conversation? You are the one who presented the talking point.
No, hold on. This is what's weird. It's trying to be braggadocious on the thing about sex. We're talking about it in general conversation.
When was I ever braggadocious about
individual? If you want to be closer, it's probably no. That's all.
When was I being braggadocious about my sexual activity?
I didn't say you. You getting personal? Wait, are you?
Oh, I'm not getting personal. It's how you're framing this whole conversation and what you're
doing. Are you some type of way?
Are you talking to me or are you talking in general? Are you talking to me or are you talking in general?
I just said. I just said.
Are you talking to me or are you talking in general?
Hold up. I just said grown ass men don't brag about what
they do. Are you talking to me or talking in general?
That's all. Hey, you can take it however you taking it.
So you can't answer the question. I understand if you can't answer the question, Barry.
It's fine. You're a man talking to another man about sex.
If you can't answer the question, it's fine. It's me. I'm not. You ain't hurting my feelings. If you're talking to me, let me know. I'm right here in front of your face. If you're not talking to me,
hold on.
Also fine. But you're over here implying that someone's being you asked me at the beginning of the segment, well, what about you? What about you? And I gave you my input.
That's not what I asked.
So me and my girl is into it.
No.
She enjoys it. And that was it.
You went into the personal about yourself.
And then when I asked you,
niggas feeling some type of way. Nick.
No, I'm just trying to clear the air. You and your other 2-minute buddy who's old as hell, who apparently doesn't subscribe to 4 a.m. sex or spontaneity with his woman, y'all are just birds of together that flock together. That's all it is. Birds of the same feather that flock together. That's all it is. Ain't nobody.
I'm not gonna say, you know what? It might, if he's 2 minutes, cool.
So
another grown man, how long he is in bed? That's just not my concern, bro.
Okay, so what we got?
I think it's kind of weird. That's all I said. Like, if you feel some kind of way,
what we got from this conversation is that this just ain't something that Barry is into. Yet Barry's the one who presented the talking point for us to talk about. That's weird in itself.
Barry doesn't talk about
weird in itself, but okay.
Barry doesn't talk about himself and be like, I do this, I wake up and then.
If it makes you feel better,
how are you?
I can let you and Nadia just talk about it. That was my original plan anyways. I wasn't even supposed to be on screen, but you the one want to be here. So here we are.
Bro, I didn't talk about you, man. I'm sorry, man, if I said something.
Okay, that's all I was trying to, that's all you have to say. Bro. All this carousel extra talk that you was doing, I'm trying to understand. I'm just trying to get some understanding. That's all. I
said I just
me and my glasses that you was trying to, in your little picture.
These generational. Wait, my glasses?
Little what? Nadia, I am so sorry that you have to be a part of such a.
You never know at Shopkulture, right?
Right. Exactly.
These youngsters getting their feelings, so I'm sorry, guys. You can't say nothing about them. My bad.
My feelings, okay. Yeah. We'll let the people determine that upon watching
They get big mad about it. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Can we get to the next topic?
I'm about to say, do we have any last?
Or you want to know more about Barry's sex?
I think you want to hurry up and fast forward to the next topic. You really have to
what else you want to ask me sexually? Nick, what else you want to ask me sexually? Go ahead.
Barry, I don't know what you're talking about. We on the next topic, bro. Is the silent treatment as toxic as arguing? And here's the overlay. Shutting down instead of communicating is just as toxic as arguing. So pretty much. So where is everybody at with that? I'll say it again. Shutting down instead of communicating is just as toxic as arguing.
Absolutely.
Is that true or false? Where are we at?
So here's the difference. I am a person who's like, if I cannot communicate in that moment, please give me a minute. But I will communicate that. But if you got people who are just shut down completely, don't want to talk, and just allow the animosity to build, go get a therapist. Because if you are at an age that you still can't communicate your emotions and your feelings and your perspective in a way that another person can understand, then there's some things that you need to work out. Because that silent treatment stuff is childish.
I mean, I believe in letting stuff kind of like fizzle over when you're in the heat of the moment. You both gotta, decompress and filter out, if you will. Take a couple of hours, a day or two, however long, your process is, and then revisit the conversation when cooler heads have prevailed and you guys can actually talk to each other instead of at each other, give each other that grace, understanding, balance, so that everybody can get everything out on the table, and then you guys can progress to a greater, a better day or goal or whatever have you. But just to shut down and to be petty and not to, communicate at all, I would agree with you, Nadia. That's there's something that needs to be done within you, so that you can communicate better with your partner, and vice versa.
People like, oh, it's your fault that I'm not talking. That whole blaming another person for your actions is not a sign of maturity, because you're saying you've given another person that much power over your character development and how you choose to communicate. So I have power to make you not. You're giving me too much credit.
Yeah. And I think it always comes down to the individual too. Because there's certain ways of handling different arguments with different type of people too. You got to know the personality and the moods that you're dealing with. And another thing is, a lot of times people don't actively listen when you're engaging in arguments. They really don't. So sometimes you do got to kind of take a moment, reflect, walk away, do whatever you need to do, and come back to the topic. A lot of times though, us as men, we don't want to come back to the topic. So women do got a point like that.
That is true.
I have learned that I'm a very confrontational person, but I'm not argumentative at all. I will not argue with you, because
there's a difference between the two.
There is. I feel like confrontation is just an opportunity to understand. I'm confronting an issue so that I can gain understanding. Argument is, I just want to be right. I have no desire to be understanding or to be understood. I just want to be right. So if I'm engaged with a person who wants to argue with me, my mouth shuts. I'm not talking.
One of the things me and my girl do when we get into these heated discussions where it's not going anywhere, it turns from a discussion into a debate, then an argument, kind of like a lightweight fight. I know me, I'm real big on, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and eject myself from this conversation because it's no longer productive for me or you or us. So I'm off it. We can revisit if it's worth revisiting. If not, then we can just lay it to rest now and move on. But I'm not going to continue to engage with this energy because we're not going to get anywhere.
Well, and that's being mature, that you realize that through probably previous arguments or whatnot, that it got to that point, right? So now you guys are taking additional steps, and that's what you should do when you're in a relationship, learning each other, is that, hey, that doesn't work like that. This works. And if it's working, that's what you do. So I think that topic is a very general topic, but it doesn't apply to every situation.
Now, I will say, like, I would like to think I'm a pretty good communicator. And if I've dealt with someone who's not.
What woman doesn't?
Huh?
What woman doesn't think you're a good communicator?
I was going to, Barry, you beat me too.
I'm just asking.
Don't try me.
She's about to say, you too many
Don't come for me, okay? I would like to think I'm a real communicator. I choose to want to understand. So if I'm dealing with someone who's used to the bickering and nagging and they do the silent treatment, I will pursue the issue, but not in a forceful way. I would be like, I understand where is this silence coming from? So I can better communicate with you next time in this area.
Yeah, because silence, something like that would have me thinking that there is something more, not detrimental, but something more pressing.
Yeah.
Underneath, and I don't like hanging in suspense. I'm the type of person where it's just like we got to get this out now. I don't care if I have to dig it out of you. We got to talk about this now, because I mean, why else are you walking around? Why do you have us in this vibe right now? Like, why are we? I don't like dwelling in shit like that. So I'd rather just have a conversation.
Now, if I am dealing with because I'm petty. See, I can admit that I'm a good communicator and that I'm petty. So if you're going to do that, and I've tried to communicate in a respectful way, and you still want to do that, I will make that silent treatment golden.
Oh wow! So you. Ooh. Okay. Well, she answered that.
There's that on
There's that.
Oh man.
Wait. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna ask that question. That's irrelevant. I was gonna ask you a question, Nadia.
You should ask a question.
I like questions. Go for it.
I think.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Barry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. I think we all have a certain level of pettiness to us, so that's real.
Speaking of petty, what do you do that's petty to make the silence that much more sweeter or golden for the person you're dealing with?
Oh, I make my presence happy. You can be in a funk, but I'm gonna make my presence like super excited, and then you're going to have to ask for an invite to be in my presence. I'd be like, oh, so you want to talk to me now?
That's petty.
Okay. Huh?
That's petty.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. At least I admit it. Like, I know it. I don't use it all the time, but I know that I can go there.
Wait, I'm unhappy. Why is she happy? We supposed to be together.
Like, you want to be over there with your butt on your shoulders? Do that. But your butt on your shoulders doesn't do anything to my space. I'm going to put on my gospel music, maybe. I might put on some Beyonce in there. And I'm going to have a good old time in my space.
Brought the Lord into it.
Yes.
But let me ask you though: is that
somebody asked? Is that good communication?
No, it's not. It's petty. I admit it.
No, I'm just asking in general. I'm not. We know.
Oh no,
Barry, I'm just saying.
Barry, she was responding to a comment.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. She was responding to a comment. You're good.
Yeah, I admitted that.
Is that good communication? Yeah, she just said it.
Yeah.
I tried my part.
No. So, what kind of statement is that? I think the statement was when I said all women feel like they're good communicators. Is that the statement? I believe that's the statement.
I don't know. That's why I put it up there. Hopefully, you're more than welcome to clarify, because I missed what statement you referred to.
Yeah, clarify that. But yeah, I did say that.
I do believe a lot of women think they're good communicators, but really, it's a lot of women just like to talk.
And just because you like to talk or hear yourself talk doesn't mean you're interesting either.
That's not true. Communicating means there's a desire to be to understand and to be understood. If you just want to hear yourself talk, then get yourself a journal or a good prayer life. But if you're trying to communicate with people, you need to take the time to understand. And to, if you're only listening to respond, you're not a good communicator.
I agree 1,000%. They're saying that was just a broad statement. So the question that you were asking her, that was just a broad. Okay.
What was a broad statement though?
That's what I was trying to, because they had asked, is that good communication? You guys both answered it. I believe this is the same person who's saying yes, and then they're saying that was just a broad statement. So I don't know if they were referring to their question or what was just being said per what Nadia put down. So I don't know.
Okay.
Letitia says, William, are you right about the fire? You are right about the fire for some people. going back to his comment where he says some people are really passionate, so arguing might stoke the fire of their relationship.
But is that good? Is that what you want to stoke it? That you have to have an argument?
I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's not healthy. If you have to have arguments to engage in a passionate with your partner, that means somebody's got some trauma that they're still reliving.
Right, because you shouldn't be arguing with it. You shouldn't be arguing. It should be
you can have passion through creativity. You can have passion through peace. If argument is the only time you can see that your person is passionate about you, then you guys are probably in some hot water to begin with.
That's a toxic situation.
Yes, and your relationship should be some sort of peace to you. That that's what a good effective relationship is. Peace, man. Especially as men.
There are people who will engage in that to see, like, oh, does my partner really like me? Or I've known men who are turned on by making their women cry. I'm like,
oh, that's weird. What the hell? That sounds like some masochist type.
That's abuse, though, out here. That's some.
Men are turned on by making their women cry.
Yeah, wow. Where are these men at?
I don't even want to know where these men are. Why are you asking where they at, man? Where you?
Because we can talk to them. That's how you effectively help change some of this behavior.
I don't think cats like that. They got some deep rooted issues.
It's not like it's almost that false, that fake alpha male stuff. Like, oh, I've weakened you. That turns me on.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I see.
You know what I mean?
I understand the concept, but that's just But again, though, and this is another thing is we do know brothers like that. We do know some brothers like that. We might not want to admit it, but we do know some brothers like that because they talk like what she's saying.
Oh,
that type of.
I personally do not know anybody like that. No, I don't.
Okay, well, there are out there, and we do need to expose them. And
that's not to say that they're not out there. I don't
want to know who they are. We don't want to, just have no conversation with them to help. No, that's not.
But it's really like oh, if I can't get my woman to express this type of emotion, does she really care? Does she really like me? Like some men will do things to make their women jealous on purpose, just to get them to engage instead of engaging with their women.
Yeah.
That sounds more like something that women do.
Oh no, men do it.
I mean, yeah, not to say that men don't do it, but that just seems that seems like something that would be more anchored towards women.
I would. You might have a point.
Huh?
Yeah. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion with that. Again, not to say that there aren't men that don't do that, but I don't know. I think you'd be more inclined to see that trait, that whole thing play out with women than versus men. But
it plays out with men a lot more than you think, because it'll be like, oh, well, this girl likes when I wear this, or this girl doesn't mind that I do that, and it's like, okay, then why? I've told a man, if you've got other women auditioning for my part, then why am I here?
Because but there's not a lot of women that have the head that you have on your shoulders and look at things the way that you know.
Oh God, man. Oh damn.
I'm just saying they up. Why are you acting like that?
Goodness, man.
There are women out there that they don't rationalize it that way. That's all I'm saying. You got some that will engage in the petty and do like what I was just saying. They will put on some act or do something that they know will trigger their dude into more petty toxicity type kid. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We got a lot of comments here. Right.
Ryan says they're referring to what Barry said about a women's statement. Okay. And okay, so we got that cleared. Some people do expose them all. In reference to what you were talking about with those dudes, Barry.
Yeah.
Some men love feisty arguing women. It's toxic, but I've seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it, but I think we're discussing and we're trying to say that it's just it's not healthy. And I think the main thing is unhealthy relationships that a lot of us have been in, stay in, and continue on with, and that's where we gotta make some changes.
Communication is a lost art. Active listening is a way to communicate. I can't be with a man that doesn't communicate well. Exactly. Active, like I said, talking to your person, not active. Actively listening to your person, not passively listening to them or taking in whatever you want so that you can create some whimsical narrative to just throw back at them so that you can, continue this ball of confusion. As what we just got done saying, you got people that just love to engage in that. Because Barry, you were saying, we need to stop being within this realm of just of animosity, if you will, and change some things for the better. But the thing is, you have people out there that don't want to change. They absolutely get off on just right. They get off on stuff like that.
Yeah, they work for them. They get the results they're looking for. They get the women they're looking for. They get the attention they're looking for. And usually it's from somebody did not give them positive reinforcement for communicating well. So in order to get attention, if I act out, I get attention. And for some people, attention is attention.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And it's even with kids. There's no such thing as a bad kid, just bad parenting. So if you have a kid who's constantly acting out,
that reflects on you. Yep.
I need attention. Who is going to give it to me in a positive way?
I like that you used the.
I think
the kid analogy or
analogy is good. I think it's a little bit more deeper than just that, but I think that is a foundational aspect of things.
Foundational, for sure.
I think a lot of times is we don't believe in seeking help too about learning communication, learning how to communicate efficiently and effectively with people. And that's like therapy, just talking, right? Talking with your boys, being honest with your feelings about things. A lot of us, we hold all this stuff inside. You have no way of getting it out. So when it comes out, it's not effective. It's not effective communication. So, I mean, there's just some more to it, and they're learning those type of things. So.
What are some things that you feel people can do to work on being a better or effective communicator? We might have already, like in this whole conversation, like said it, but just to revisit and just give like bullet point review on what could be done to be better communicators.
I think for me, it's pushing through the uncomfortable conversation. Like if you come face to face with a conversation where you do want to shut down, have the courage to push through. To stay there. If you're gonna go silent, be silent, but at least listen.
Not shut down completely.
And not shut down completely. Have the courage to keep going, to listen, to show up. And for some people, maybe you have to write some notes during the conversation. If you can write notes in school so you can understand what your teacher is saying, why would you not want to do that with somebody that you have an intimate connection with?
That you're supposed to love.
That you're supposed to love.
Right.
So I think when it comes to if you're not going to go to therapy, if you're not going to pick up a book, just at least have the courage to push through the uncomfortable thing.
Which is really odd to me that we're so quick to say we love somebody, right? But we're so quick to also hurt them. That is a trauma. That is some type of mindset that we do got to get out of, though, by doing the proper talent.
When you have so many people who are still walking around in survival mode, even the word love is part of their survival. I love you to get, not I love you to give.
And that's what love is. Love is part of it, and that's the hardest thing to give.
Right. So if you're loving from a place of thriving, you're giving. You're giving. If you're loving from a place of survival, I use the word love so I can get attention. I use the word love so I can get access. I use the word love so that I can get approval or status. I'm not using the word love to show this person that I'm sacrificing certain egos to make this union better. I'm not loving you in such a way that not only am I better, but you're better as well because we're connected. And a lot of people aren't used to that type of love.
True, but I would also say this. Let's just kind of piggyback on that, though. Don't you think you can learn so much about your partner is after an argument, though? How they react.
If you're looking to learn. because you're only going to learn, like, I'm not triggered. That word trigger's annoying, but let's say
overused word. Trigger's overused, I think.
Right, but let's say my partner's mad because I left a cup without a coaster. That's not a big deal to me. But after the argument is gone, I can go back and be like, can I ask you where that stemmed from? And knowing that could have been, he may have gotten his butt kicked because he left rings on the table. And so now that's just a trigger for him. But if I'm not willing to go back and, yes, okay, all is forgiven, all is good, but can I understand where this is so that I no longer do what I did so we don't come back to this place? A lot of people will argue.
That's a part of it, but you have to change your behavior too. That means that you have to agree not to do that again, not to leave that cup or whatever the case might be, right? So that's part of it. Maybe learning it, but it also changing the behavior. So
I hate arguing for the same things over and over and over again. If you want to see me shut down, it's that. I'd be like, didn't we just have this conversation? That's my thing. I'm not going to argue for the same thing over and over again. I want to find out and understand so that I can move forward in grace and intention. But if we keep going back over and over this, we're about to have a whole different kind of fight.
But it might happen like that, though. Sometimes that's a part of it. Well, you can make that decision whether or not you want to stay and continue that conversation or continue that. But sometimes that's a part of it.
And that's what for me, I'm bring a solution to the table. If we're still having this fight and I've said what I've had to say and you've said what you've had to say, bring a solution to the table. And then I'm bringing a mediator. Because clearly I'm not speaking your language and you're not speaking mine. I believe in mediation.
But that's effective and that's efficient. Sometimes you have to do those type of things. But it's always, you should want to find solutions. And if that's a solution that you got to have, then that's what you have to do. That's a part of the process. But it's just hard getting there. It's hard to get to that.
Is it?
I believe it is. Because if it wasn't, a lot of us would be there. A lot of us would do it.
Is it hard or is it just a road that people aren't willing to travel?
That's what I was going to ask.
I think it's both.
I don't believe it's hard either. It's just a lot of people just don't want to. Yeah. They don't want to have the conversation.
Because I think a lot of people, because they're egos, they don't want to look wrong, right? And when you go down these roads where, guess what? They're wrong, but that doesn't mean it's over. This just means this is an opportunity to pick up some tools. And a lot of people, and I don't know, I don't like using stuff like this. In general tones, men don't like going down those hard roads.
It's very uncomfortable. I think it's that, and sometimes I would always say that it has the tone. The tone of the conversation plays such a big part in that, right? Because a lot of us men, sometimes the tone, you're arguing. That's why we'd be like, "Well, you're tripping" or something like that. We're not even listening. We're already turned off because your tone, you're loud or something like that. It's just that's a trigger for a lot of men too. So sometimes
the woman is not loud. And she's just presenting an opportunity to change that's uncomfortable.
I think before we even get to any of those points, though, one thing that wasn't mentioned, maybe I missed it, accountability. Yeah. People don't want to. There's a lot of folks that don't want to take accountability for their actions, and when you are pulling somebody's card, and even the most professional way, well, they tend to shut down, lash out. Again, create narratives, do whatever they need to do to deflect it, to keep away from owning up to whatever it is that they contributed to get you in the space that you're in the first place.
And it's a lot of, well, I wouldn't be this way if she was, but I didn't.
She did that.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. So if I remove myself from the equation, you're still stuck with this mindset.
It's still there. It's still there. So
I think that communication is just a road that people don't always want to travel down.
Oh, man, yeah. And guys, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Shopkulture. Remember, man, like, share. Man, we're having an uncomfortable conversation.
And I think it's more, once you get more acclimated to having said uncomfortable conversations with your person, because you should be able to do that. This is your person that you love. This is who you're with. You should be able to have that. have these conversations. But I think as you get more acclimated in having the uncomfortable conversation, you get better at it, and you come out even more. You come out better, and it's not an issue if something like that. Because me and my girl, we do this not all the time, but we do have those uncomfortable conversations. And at first, when we first started out, I know I would get defensive, like, wait a minute, where the hell she get all this from? and then she did the same thing. But as we got more acclimated to being more acclimated and being comfortable with being honest with each other, being comfortable with, okay, I'm gonna take that L. I did say that, and that's not what those weren't my intentions, or I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have did this. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is that you're doing to cause a ruckus. I think when you get more comfortable in just recognizing your faults and being able to have just have that discussion, you both come out better. It's not one doing better than the other. It's not a tit for tat, situation. It's you both are supposed to come out. At least that's how I think, anyways. You both should be coming out better than where you started.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time. Time is a factor, like you said.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's an environment. It has to be a safe environment where you can be honest about being wrong. A lot of times, people are so quick to kind of give up or run away or, leave a situation. The first sign of conflict, disagreement, arguing, right? They shut down. So it takes, like you said, the time and the environment and just being comfortable. So good point.
Yeah. All
right, man. Do we got another topic? Or we?
I thought we had one because remember I got confused in the group.
Okay.
You had said something about tall women and
no,
short.
That wasn't the topic. I was just.
I thought that was going to be a topic.
I was about apologizing.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
There was a topic about apologizing.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah. What exactly it was?
Do you say I'm sorry or do you say I apologize?
I apologize. What's the difference? Or is it the same? Or is the difference between saying I'm sorry or I apologize?
We can get into it. I didn't get that. That's my bad.
Okay.
I'll take that L. I'll take accountability. But okay, so is there? Well, y'all actually. I think I seen you engage in this post too, Nadia, in the group. And so go ahead and just tell us what
was your take on that?
So I believe that there is a difference. So one, I'm not the best apologizer. Is that a thing? But this is why. I do not like blanket apologies. I think they're insincere. So if you're going to apologize for something, I need to understand what I did to offend. So if I'm apologizing, I will not say I'm sorry because I'm not going to attack my character. But I will say I apologize because that is addressing the issue. And I just come from very kind of proud people. We don't attack our own character. So when I say I'm sorry, that says I'm the sorry person. I'm a sorry ASS person. I'm not. I'm pretty dope. But I will apologize for what has come between us that has done something in offense. And for me, if I apologize, I truly am trying to understand so that I don't do it again. If I do it again, I meant it. So that's why I choose not to just do blanket apologies.
Interesting. No, I believe in both of them. I believe that for me is you should say if you're sorry about something, say hey, I'm sorry. If you apologize, say hey, I apologize. One to me is defining is a behavior change, and one is an action. So if you did an action, then I'm sorry. If it's a total behavioral type of change, then you say hey, I apologize for that. So that's kind of how I see it.
I agree. I like to give context and be specific in that's just my style of communication off top. So if I'm apologizing for something that I've done, I'm going to give what it is that I'm going to let you know what it is that I'm apologizing for exactly, so you understand, where I'm at, and in letting her know that, I've taken inventory. I've recognized where the mishap, fuck up, whatever you want to call it. I've recognized it. I've filtered out, thought about it, and now here I am um, communicating that to you. And at the same time, I'm offering or giving my sincerest apologies. And then we just, we have the conversation just kind of like tapers off from there. Just to say I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know. If I'm saying I'm sorry or I apologize, however I word it, I'm always going to give context behind it. So,
I think if more people apologize, we will have less violence, a lot of fighting.
You think so? Violence?
Absolutely. I think that a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of incidents could be avoided if somebody just been the bigger person, if they did something wrong, or hey man, bro, I'm sorry.
But you have individuals out there that are out for blood and they don't care about your apology or your sorry.
But we don't even know that because they don't even get to that point though.
That is true. I'm not going to dismiss that. At the same time, though, there are individuals where, body language, tone, and just how, you've been in situations before where a dude is sizing you up and you can tell I ain't here for talk. I'm trying to throw down like right now. I ain't trying to talk. There ain't nothing to talk about. I'm trying to smack fire from out you. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's why I say there's times where apologizing, some people, they, man or woman, whoever, sometimes they're just not trying to hear that.
Yeah. There are some people, even some people, no matter how sincere you are in your apology, they want hurt. They want you to hurt as much as they are hurting. Mm-hmm. So your apology means absolutely nothing.
But guys, we got to at least get to that point where we do apologize or say I'm sorry. A lot of times we don't even get there. We don't know. We're just kind of be like, well, after the fact, right?
Now, here's one of those things that I will do. I will apologize for my tone or how I say something, but I don't apologize for what I said because if it's the truth.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. I agree with that.
I'll apologize for maybe how I said it, but if it's the truth, it's the truth. And
yeah, I'm not here to, cuddle and coddle your feelings. Like, it's the truth. The truth is the truth.
Right. No.
I don't know. I just think sometimes you have to look at it from the bigger picture of things. Sometimes it's not even
part of me apologizing for how I said it. That's
it depends also what you said. Yes, but it depends on what you said. So sometimes people are not in that position to receive the truth of what you're trying to tell them.
So I have this thing where my job is to convey a message. Mm-hmm. I cannot control how you receive it. So if I apologize in the sincerest of my being, that's not on me for you to receive it. My heart posture is to give. If your heart posture is not to forgive, that's not on me.
I guess you could see it like that.
That's real. Like I'm not about to sit up there and beg and rake myself in order for you to feel my apology. Like that's what I'm not gonna do.
I guess my counter to that, I'm not. To me, it's the action of just saying it, though. I'm not after that. Yeah, I agree. How you receive is how you receive it, but we got to get to that point. We're not even getting to that point. People are not apologizing. They're not saying I'm sorry. They just
a lot of people are not forgiving.
Yeah.
Nobody said I'm sorry. How can you forgive me? Nobody's apologizing.
Sometimes forgiveness. And then what if somebody never apologizes? You're still just gonna.
And then what if somebody, even if you do approach the point in what you're saying, Barry, mm-hmm. you approach that point, you said your apologies and sorries and all of that. Well, I don't want your apology. Fuck your apology.
Right.
Then what are you gonna do?
then you may hold that anger on yourself. That you've just added some years to your life. I'm not holding that.
Yeah, but you released that energy, right? Because you've done your deed, in which is saying, I'm sorry or I apologize. You released that. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's a freedom that feels good at the end of the day.
That, and then sometimes, my energy doesn't need to be wasted if I know what type of person I'm dealing with, where it's just like, well,
and that's you know
what I'm saying. So that's another thing too. You gotta, you have to protect your energy at the end of the day. I see what you're saying. At least approach it, and then say your apology, so you can come out the bigger person, and knowing that, hey, at least I tried. I sincerely tried. But there are individuals where it's just like, I'm not even going to give you that much energy. I'm going to just let you, be where you at and in your feelings about whatever,
Now, like when that comes to that energy thing, if you're a sensitive person, I've been given apologies where it was a very dismissed apology. Oh, I'm sorry. So get over it. And nothing was addressed. Nothing was changed. Nothing was actually done. It was, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I hurt you. So I want you to get over it.
To me, it doesn't matter the term. It's the meaning and actions behind it. And that's from Coco.
What's up, Coco? Good point.
Yeah.
So she's saying they're interchangeable.
Yeah. And I mean, for some people that is. I just prefer just different words.
Yeah, and I guess
I
think there is a difference between I apologize and I'm sorry. So yeah, there you go.
Right.
So, but Nick, let me ask you that. Don't you think a lot of these shootings and a lot of these fights, if somebody would say I'm sorry or I apologize, you think it would get to that point?
No, because if you're talking, if niggas is having a shootout, excuse my French, there's something deep rooted. There's something it's beyond an apology. It's like, no, we got to go clap this dude, or I'm about to go clap this dude. This is beyond an apology. Like I was saying, ain't no more talk. And then when you're talking about like, dudes or individuals shooting each other and whatnot, they ain't even trying to throw hands no more. I mean, we know that. That's prevalent with what's going on today. Don't nobody know how to fight anymore. It's not even that people don't. I wouldn't even say that folk don't know how to fight anymore. They just don't want to.
There's no value of life, for one.
Right. Exactly. It's in that. So if they don't even value life, you know what I'm saying? What makes you think they're apologizing to you about anything or receiving your apology?
It's one thing to throw hands. It's a whole nother thing to take a life. And people aren't valuing life.
Right.
Like if I got a problem with you and I'm a fighter, I'm not. I'm a lady and a mom. I'm not a fighter. But try me if you want to. These big giant hands, you might come in contact with.
See, there we go again. We already get guys, well, we got to end it.
We went over it.
We went over it, guys. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Shopkulture.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Melody, for being a part of this. Then, of course, we got producer Mr. Nick Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you out, Nadia. I almost messed your name up. Till next time.
Yes.
Yes. Have a good night.
Have a blessing. Thank you.
All right, Barry. Because I'm gonna go ahead and shut it out the way we usually do. I'm gonna play the intro and then I'll close out. But do you have? First of all, this was an awesome episode. I love the back and forth. The first topic was hilarious. And then we
wanted to do it because we knew we wanted to get into the deeper connected issues that we wanted to talk about. And these are important. I think this is a segment of shop culture that we want to go into, right? We want to talk about solutions, not just the issues and the problems, but what are some of the solutions that we can come up with. So
it's just as important. I agree with you. So I appreciate the topics of discussion that we had tonight. It was a healthy balance, the comedic and then the serious. So with that, I'm signing off. We will see. Oh wait, did you want to promote something? You got that?
My boy RJ is promoting here. CC Winans coming October 23rd. Yep.
Well, never mind, because you gotta. We can't see it in the shot. Hold on, let me drop down.
Drop that out. Y'all, check out my boy RJ promoting CC Winans Saturday, October 23rd at 5 p.m. Make sure you guys, check this out. And the proceeds is going to a great cause. And it's a way for grown mature, sexy individuals to get out and have a good time, man. We've all been locked in, so this is a great concert going to a great cause. At that note, Nick Jones. Well, we're waiting for Nick. Nick didn't do it. So, Nick, once again, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Shopkulture.
What did I miss? What did I do?
Well, I don't know what you did. Did you hear me? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to. Yeah, I gave the.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to close out. Okay, we're out of here, y'all. Barry trying to get us out of here. We out. Peace.
We out. All right.